I say that I am better now, better now. I only say that cause you're not around, not around.
Who awoke to a different world, where the powerful prey on the weak. But that's not the way it has to be.
When I found you, I'm with her.
Guys, you go watch the movie. Just go watch the movie. This is it. The Alita Battle Angel review. Wow. I can't believe this day came. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. Well, that was just, technically I'm posting this the day after, but... I'm just in awe. After I watched this movie, I was just drained. I went to sleep when I got home. There were no words, guys. There's absolutely no words. But I'm gonna try to put in words. And I'm gonna try not to spoil anything. This will be a non-spoiler review. But, guys. Yeah, it was... So, let me give you guys some information about Alita Battle Angel if you haven't heard about it or seen any of the trailers yet. So, this is a movie directed by Robert Rodriguez. Who's Robert Rodriguez? The guy who made Spy Kids, Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Sin City, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Yeah, you get the picture. He's made a lot of awesome movies. And this isn't just directed by him. This is produced and written by the one and only James Cameron and John Landau, the guys who made Avatar and Titanic. But James Cameron's worked on a lot of other stuff before that, too, like Terminator and Aliens and lots of other stuff. Now, guys, if you are a fan of James Cameron, if you are a fan of Robert Rodriguez, this was the ultimate love letter from them. This was absolutely fantastic in every single possible way it was. I teared up at a couple parts. Now, is it as better than Black Panther? I mean, it's about even with it. I don't know. If I had to choose one, it's hard to choose, because this was this year's Black Panther, like, honestly. Like, bruh. This was a superhero movie in a way, because, I mean, geez. Alita, let me just talk about Alita. So, Alita is played by Rosa Salazar, and she does CGI acting in this, and let me tell you, unbelievable. This girl needs a freaking Oscar. Like, unbelievable. She was the best actor in the movie, actress of the movie. I can't even believe that, because she's competing against Christoph Waltz and Michelle Ali, who, granted, their characters wasn't used enough, but let me tell you, man, Rosa Salazar killed it in this movie. It was unreal. And, guys, so there's only a couple negatives I'm going to give the movie, but they're not really negatives, they're just nitpicks, because honestly, this is almost a flawless film. Like, almost 99% a flawless film, pun intended, because, let me tell you, she really is the 99, like, honestly. That's the number she has when she plays the... Anyway, so, we give you guys some backstory about the movie. So, Alita Battle Angel was in production... James Cameron had this idea to make this movie even before he made Avatar, which is kind of hard to believe. He just never could get it off the ground because he didn't really know if he had the technology for it or how exactly he was going to do it. And then once Avatar became a big success, he's like, crap, well, I guess I'm not going to be able to direct it. I guess I'm not going to be making it because I have to make the Avatar sequel because everybody likes Avatar, so I got to work on that. But then comes in Robert Rodriguez, who's like, well, hey, James, you maybe want to finish that movie? And he's like, well, how? And he's like, well, I can help you make it. And he's like, oh, well, that'd be great. So that's how Robert and James became friends and started making this movie. And let me tell you, it's been a wild ride getting to this movie. This movie was slated to come out in July of last year. Think about that. We could have got this movie in last year. But they pushed it back because I guess James and Robert had to edit some stuff and make sure it's completely perfect. And I'm glad they pushed it back to make sure it was perfect. And then it pushed it back to December, and then pushed it back to February because December had too many big movies coming out. So I think that was a smart decision on their part. It did piss me off, though, because I was really excited to watch the movie. They kept pushing it back, and I'm like, James, come on, man. You pushed Avatar back, now you're pushing this back. But regardless of that, guys, Alita Battle Angel is one hell of a time at the theater. Like, honestly. If you've seen Sharkboy and Lava Girl in the theater like I did, if you've seen Spy Kids in the theater like I did, you're gonna love this movie like, to the core. This is by far Robert Rodriguez's best movie, and that's saying a lot because he's made so many awesome movies, but this is hands down his best movie. Not only is this Robert Rodriguez's best movie, this is the best anime adaptation, manga adaptation I've ever seen. There will never be a better one. And what's crazy about this is we could get sequels out of this. This is setting up sequels, like 2 sequels. This might be a trilogy. Which, boy, you got my money. I'm gonna go see it, Robert and James. You got my money. But, like, guys, I'm gonna go see this more than once because this was unbelievably great. I knew it was gonna be good, but not. I mean, I don't know. I had my doubts about it. I'm like, well, maybe it's not gonna be as good. Maybe the critics might be right. I don't know. Then your Rotten Tomatoes is sometimes stupid, so I don't know. I like Glass a lot. I like a lot of movies that Rotten Tomatoes didn't like a lot, so whatever. Like Jumper is the biggest. I think Jumper's the biggest example, but this was better than Jumper. So, let me tell you guys, Alita Battle Angel is going to blow your mind. Like this is a movie you have to see to believe. The amount of work that Robert and James put into this film. I mean, they put their heart and soul into this movie. Like you can feel them in this movie. Like for real. Like, I was cheering at the end. I was tearing up and cheering at the end of this movie. Like, when the credits were rolling, I just was getting up and dancing because it was unbelievable how good the movie was. Now, this movie isn't completely perfect. It's almost flawless, but I do have a couple nitpick negatives that I'm going to get into now, so. The only nitpick I really have with the movie is that if you've seen a lot of James Cameron movies, there is a couple tropes in it, and I'm not going to spoil what those tropes are, but you got the romance, there's this part that's like, the boy is like hanging off the cliff, and I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that like the scene from Titanic? Like, I don't know. It's like if Avatar and Titanic were fused into one movie, that's what this is. I mean, this is literally Avatar and Titanic fused together. Like, this was fantastic. It's not Avatar and Titanic, it's completely different, but you can tell that Robert and James, they took a lot of tropes from their old movies and put it in here, which I don't even complain about, because, bruh, you're not going to Robert and James movies for plot. I mean, you're not going there for amazing plot and story. I mean, granted, the story I thought was amazing. This universe, the characters, the story, this was unreal. Like, honestly. They built such a great universe. This was the ultimate love letter. Like, they took the anime and made it better. This is the first time that's happened. Usually the anime is better, but this movie was better than the manga. Like, for real, it was. I'm sorry, manga fans, but I would rather go see this than read any of those books, okay? Look, and this movie was amazing. To the core. To the core. And I don't get how James does it, man. He just never makes a bad movie. It's unreal. How does James keep doing this? I don't know. How does he keep doing this? He is the master magician of making a film. Like, he is the greatest filmmaker I've ever seen in my life. I cannot believe this. Now, that's literally the only negative, guys, and I don't even know if you count that as a negative, because... And I know, the romance, that's the main thing people complain about was the romance. Oh, well, the romance wasn't that interesting. I'm like, bruh, are you and me watching the same movie? That romance was great! Now, granted, was it because the Avatar and Terminator romance? No, obviously it wasn't. But, I mean, it was still a good romance. I mean, it was a great part of the story, and I really liked that part of the story. And I actually was kind of sad when something happened, blah, blah. I'm not going to spoil, but let me tell you, I mean, this is a movie you're probably going to go want to see twice or 3 times, because you kind of have to process how great this film was. I don't even know how to process it, because, I mean, it's honestly mind-blowing how James and Robert made this film. It is really... Now, let me get into some of the other actors besides Rosa Salazar, because Rosa Salazar was definitely the standout role here. Best lead actress in a role, best lead female character in a movie of all time. I'm not even joking. watch it and you will see. But so let's get into the other characters. So Christoph Waltz plays Ito, who's the doctor who's the father of Alita, who brought her back, and calls her Alita because that's the name of the daughter that he had that died. And he's a hunter warrior. Now, who are the hunter warriors? Well, they're bounty hunters that are kind of, some of them are jerks, some of them are good guys. Alita's one of the hunter warriors. She becomes one out of Ito's wishes. So yeah, Ito is an amazing character. Christoph Waltz kills it again. Granted, he's not in the movie that much, so he doesn't get that much time to shine. But the moments that Christoph Waltz is in, it's great. He's awesome. And then we got, of course, Mahershala Ali, who plays Vector / Nova? I mean, Nova is a very interesting character. Yeah, I mean, Nova is the main villain of the series, and you don't get to see... They're probably saving him for the next movie, because Vector was definitely the villain, kind of. Nova was taking control of his mind, though. Apparently, Nova is so OP, he can control human beings, which I don't even know. He's an AI. Whatever. But yeah, it was pretty dope. Like, Mahershala Ali, like I said, looked like Christoph Waltz. Mahershala Ali wasn't in the movie that much, but like I said, it's Mahershala Ali, and he just kills it every time. I don't understand how. Then we got Jennifer Connelly, who I think was the most underused actor in the movie. She was a great actress. Unfortunately, she's not in the movie that much. Jennifer Connelly is a very underrated actress, and I wish she's in more movies, but oh well, I'm glad she's in this. Ed Skrein plays one of the hunter warriors with the sword that Alita steals the sword from because he's a total jerk-ass. He treats Alita like shit, so Alita's like, I've had enough, and just kicks his ass and grabs the sword. So. Ed Skrein, if you guys know Ed Skrein is, he's from Deadpool. He plays the villain in Deadpool, the first movie. And Ed Skrein was great in this movie, too. I mean, it seems Ed Skrein can't just... He's just great, honestly. It doesn't matter. He's always good at playing the villain. Then Jackie Earle plays Haley, who... Haley was the best villain of this movie, like, honestly. Or, was it Haley? I think that's his name, right? Let me check. Yeah, okay, yeah, Haley. Jackie Earle Haley. Hold on a sec. Sorry, his name's Grishka, or whatever, Grishka? He's a huge cyborg that fights Alita, and he is the best villain in the movie. Now, another person that appears is Kean Johnson as Hugo. Kean Johnson's from a couple other movies. I mean, I think he's from Maze Runner, same with Rosa Salazar. Michelle Rodriguez is Gelda, who, we all know Michelle Rodriguez is. Michelle Rodriguez is great. And that's pretty much all the big actors in the movie, so, yeah, this movie was just unbelievably great. I really hope that they make another one, because I really want a trilogy out of this. Now, I'm not going to spoil, there's a special guest at the end of the movie that plays Nova, which I'm not going to spoil who that is. But let's just say, if you're a fan of Fight Club, you might like who's at the end of the Alita Battle Angel. Let me tell you. This was a great ending to the film, and I really hope they make another one. But so, you're probably all wondering, Tate, just give us the rating already. What is your rating on Alita Battle Angel? And you know, if you already watched my Instagram, you already know what it is. It's a 9.9 out of 10. Yeah, I know. I know. You're probably just sitting there, what? 9.9 out of 10? Yeah. It's that good. It's a near masterpiece. And I would strongly recommend anybody to go watch it. I really hope this movie gets $500 million, because really, it deserves a lot of money. Let's be real. The amount of work they put into this film, it better make some money. Like, I cannot fathom it making less than The Meg. This movie is like 1 billion times better than The Meg was. Like, not even close. Like, The Meg was good, but not $550 million good. Let's be real. The Meg didn't deserve all that money. And I do love The Meg. I thought it was a good movie, but nowhere close to what this was. Like, nowhere close. Like, this needs to make some money. Like, this has to make some money. It is the greatest 3D film I've ever seen. And actually, that's saying a lot, because I saw Avatar, but I didn't even see that in 3D. But as far as, like, 3D goes, this is the best one. For real. I mean, I don't know how James does it, man. Robert and James, they kill it. But anyway, guys, so thank you all for watching. We hope you have a wonderful Valentine's weekend. And, yeah. See you all in the next exciting Tate Meister video. Bye.
Candy paint with the white on top. Lambo doors or the woo up drop. If you busy plotting on what I got, kick in your door and swat you thought. $100,000 on the tabletop. Half price my whip, same price.